Hello and welcome to Entrepreneur Radio and TV show with Terry Levine. I'm your co-host, Belle McGallant, and I'm excited to be here and have you here today. You can connect with Terry, me, and other like-minded heart-based business owners in the Entrepreneurs with Terry Levine Facebook group, so go check it out. And we always love those likes and 5-star reviews. Be sure to subscribe and let us know what it is that you're getting from our shows. Today's quote: marketing goes wrong when it's perceived by companies as a bolt-on activity. Michael Perry. Today's show topic is the conversion equation, and our special guest this week is none other than Terry Levine. So Terry is the founder of Heartrepreneur and is a business marketing consultant who assists businesses worldwide with business growth, sales, and marketing. She has more than 40 years of business experience encompassing work with more than 6,000 business owners and entrepreneurs in a variety of industries. She's also the best-selling author of dozens of books and has a passion for helping businesses to grow their own personal experience gain with their Terry has a passion for helping businesses to grow with her own personal experience gained while building multiple successful businesses from the ground up. Terry has created the Heartrepreneur Cause, teaching both business owners to do business heart to heart. Welcome to your own show, Terry.
It's so funny. I appreciate all of the shows that you've been doing. I've been listening to them. You're such a great co-host. I'm so honored to have you. And it's kind of funny to hear an intro for myself on my own show. I'm very happy to be back. I have been on a little hiatus from Heartrepreneur Radio and TV. And that is because, as you know, I was busy writing the conversion equation. And I'm really delighted to be here and to share value from the conversion equation. So it's great to be with my co-host, Velma, who does such a marvelous job on the show.
So I'm super excited about this. When I proposed the idea of going through your book, I was stoked because, of course, it has me go through your book carefully, which can do nothing but serve me. So, and that's kind of what I want to invite our listeners. I want to invite you, our listener, to do is to take the time to listen to each one of these sound bites that we're going to be going through, because it's going to give you something important and valuable from the book. And then be sure to go out and get the book as well, because you're going to go through and you're going to pull out your sound bites that you're going to absolutely find value in. So, Chapter 1, everything you've ever learned or heard about marketing is wrong. And I kind of think that's where the quote that I picked for today ties in, because your marketing is not a bolt-on action. It is actually something that is quite strategic. So one of the things that you have in here is marketing must help a prospect who is going to become one of your customers feel that they have made the best buying decision possible. It allows your, I'm kind of paraphrasing a bit, it allows your buyers to be in total control of their decision-making process. Once you've provided a qualified prospective buyer the right kind of information, it will become clear to them that they are receiving the most value for the price they pay, and they will purchase your products and services. So it is providing them the right kind of information. So let's talk a little bit about what that right kind of information is.
And most people don't even bother to provide information. Let me start there. Most people start pitching. Go to my webinar, join my group, get my book, do this. And you haven't created value for people. So the very first thing that you want to do is meet people where they are. So that means you have to understand your prospective clients. What is on their minds? What's in their hearts? What are they feeling? What are they challenged with, quote, struggling with? What keeps them up at night? And then you speak to that and you lend a hand, you offer help, you create education and value that, number one, shows them, I get you, I understand you, I'm not pitching you. And the second thing is, when you extend a hand, you do it following the conversion equation, which means that you give them a low or no risk offer and you help them. You literally come from a place of helping and not this reciprocal thing like, oh, if I help them, they'll buy. You simply help for the sake of helping. That is literally what a heartrepreneur is: being helpful, creating heart to heart, authentic, transparent communication with integrity, and then helping people where they are, understanding them, and lending them a hand. Does that make sense to you, Velma?
Makes total sense to me. There's another little sound bite in here that I really, really like to put a big black arrow beside it. You must understand the strategic side of marketing. Strategic marketing is what you say in your marketing and how you say it. Strategy is always more important than the marketing medium or tactic. And I think that points again to what the quote that we started the show off with, regarding it being a bolt-on activity. So it really, what I'm hearing in what you wrote here is that it's not what you do, it's why you do it that is really important.
So most people just start marketing. Oh, I'll post this on Facebook. I'll go message people on LinkedIn. I'll send out these emails. I'll join a networking group, whatever it is. And those are all tactics. Marketing doesn't work based on tactics. Marketing works based on proven strategy. I'll say that again, proven strategy. What do I mean by that? You have to have a formula. The formula is the conversion equation. And then once you understand that and you understand your target audience, then you create the strategies to correctly speak to them, market to them, help them create education and value. And then you choose the right tactic. So for example, my target audience is not necessarily on LinkedIn and not necessarily on Twitter. I don't use those as marketing tactics. My strategy understands my target audience, where they are, how to create value for them. And as you said in the intro, why we have Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine Facebook community with, I don't know, 6,000 to 7,000 people in it, because that is strategic. And that's a piece that most people are missing. I'm glad you brought that point up in chapter 1.
Well, there are lots of tactics out there, and people talk about it all the time. Do I do Facebook ads? Do I do this kind of ad? How many social media posts do I post? And it's not that they're not valuable questions. It's that they're the second question.
That's right. That's exactly right. First, you have to understand strategy. Strategy drives your business, drives your marketing, and actually leads to profitability. And unfortunately, the majority of entrepreneurs, I've dealt with it's like 6,200 in these 40 something years. The majority of them start throwing out tactics. And it's like, I'll do Facebook ads. Oh, that didn't work. Let me send emails. Oh, that didn't work. And they're just constantly spitting out tactic after tactic, or they watch someone else. Oh, Tony Robbins does this. I'm going to do this. Well, I'm not Tony Robbins. Most likely you're not Tony Robbins, unless Tony happens to be watching the show. Thanks, Tony. And the truth of the matter is, you have to figure out where your target audience is and what strategies will speak directly to them. Then when you're strategic, then you plug in the tactic. Most people do it backwards. They just start spitting out tactics without the underlying strategy.
Perfect. So I think we've covered quite a bit already just within this first chapter, but I want to give our listeners a quick overview of what the conversion equation is, because you actually do put that in that first chapter. What are the 4 components of our conversion equation?
So the very first thing that you have to do is, number 1, is interrupt. People are in what I call downtime. Their brains are down. They're not really focused and paying attention. And the way I explain this is, and I'm sure you've done this like I have, Velma, you drive a car, you get home from somewhere and you go, oh my gosh, I don't even remember passing this light or this corner. That's normal. That's downtime. Your brain is habitually doing something, scrolling on Facebook, reading email, not paying attention to ads on TV. That's called downtime. So we interrupt, and what interrupt does is it wakes up the brain. It goes, pay attention. This is important. The second thing we have to do after we interrupt is we have to engage people. Otherwise, the brains go right back and say, not that important. So we have to engage them with something that relates to them and speaks to them and keeps them interested. The third thing that we need to do is educate them. And we educate by giving them some data, a fact, some information that's important to them. So they are now really alert and in uptime. And then the fourth thing that we do is we hand them a low or no risk opportunity or offer so that now they can make a connection with us heart to heart. So those are the 4 strategies, and we go into great detail in the book, The Conversion Equation. And what I'd like to suggest that people do is literally go over today to moderncoachingmethod.com. I'll say it again so people get it, moderncoachingmethod.com. I literally, on that educational training masterclass, I go into great detail, and I even show how my clients put this to use, clients like Velma, right? And so when you watch my own client family members, you can start to live vicariously through them. So moderncoachingmethod.com is the action that we want you to take immediately today so that you can now take what you just learned here and you can see it expanded and in action, and then you can start to put it in action.
Brilliant. Awesome. Terry, thank you so much for your time today. I am thoroughly enjoying the book and very grateful for the opportunity to go through it a little bit more carefully. I want to remind our listeners too, to head on over to Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine on Facebook, and you're going to be able to connect directly with Terry. She has her Tuesday lives every week that I am there for every week.
You are.
And we'd love to have you there as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Velma.
Okay. Have an absolutely fantastic week, and we will see you on the next show.